the apartment building by the security port. Perhaps URC men, but more likely a local gang hired by the target to act as a tripwire, should any police or other forces come snooping around. And earlier in the evening, just after dark, Chavez had flipped his hoodie up over his short, dark hair, climbed out of the minivan, and performed a half hour of foot reconnaissance. He'd made a wide, arcing circle of the apartment and strolled through a few parking lots, a playground that looked like it was used these days primarily by glue sniffers and heroin users, and through the ground level of a four-story parking garage. He then made his
In
way
1
back
mile,
to the room full of
keep
guys.
left to Lincoln
Immediately
Highway.
after Chavez climbed in, Clark had asked, "What's the word?" "Seeing 3 or 4 guys downstairs in the back of the building. 4 guys at the front entrance, too." "Anything else?" "Yep. We aren't the only ones interested in that apartment." "No." "Beige sit-through and 4-door. The side of the road and the parking lot on the other side of that building there on the left. Male driver, female passenger, both black in their 30s. "Surveillance," Clark said. Chavez wouldn't have mentioned them if they weren't. "Yeah, they were subtle enough, but they have line of sight on Roman's place, and we've got eyes on the entrance to that parking lot that didn't see the car arrive, which means they've been there since before we got there. So yeah, they were definitely watchers." "Who do you think they are?" "DCRI would be my first guess. If I'm right about that, then there will be more cars around
Keep
here.
left
They
onto
probably have a
Lincoln
surveillance
Highway.
box set up, but I doubt we're inside it. They're probably closer than we are because they won't all need to have eyes on the target. They would just tuck into the parking lots and stay in comms with each other. I'm glad the French are watching these guys, but I sure as hell wish they had some stronger measures.
Continue on
It would
Lincoln
be nice
Highway.
for them to pick Roki up, give him a shake, and see what falls out. Keep dreaming, John. Not the French. The CIA used to do a little of that before guilty put the kibosh on offending terrorists. "Heads up, team," John said suddenly. A pair of young toughs walked by on the left from behind. Both men slowed and looked into the van. John and Ding were somewhat concealed behind the heavy tint, but they were by no means invisible. Clark stared back at the 2 young African immigrants for a long moment. Then the man walked on. Clark's steely-eyed gaze had won the encounter, but they were prepared if they had to actually talk to the locals. The 2 American spies never worked any operation without a plausible cover for action, a reason to be in a location other than the actual building. Both men had worked under so many covers over the years, oftentimes preparing themselves on the fly, that they possessed the abilities of well-trained actors. The cover for this op, should they be pulled out of the vehicle by police or internal security or even a well-armed neighborhood drug gang, was clever in both its simplicity and plausibility. Clark and Chavez were, if anyone demanded to know, American private investigators watching the flat of a woman